Welcome, everybody. And I'm so grateful that you decided to just jump on really quick with me at this last minute live. I was going to just record a video, but I decided that I could just jump on and share. And anybody who wanted to jump on while I'm doing it and share their experience, we can go from there. But what I've noticed is this last week, our animals have just been really on edge, have just had a lot of different energies coming into them and going through them. And I've actually had a couple of readings on pets that have given me some more information. So I want to go over that, and I want to ask you guys what you're experiencing at your home. Are you experiencing anything right now? Kim, are you experiencing anything with your animals?
Yeah, Boomer just has been on my lap pretty much all day today.
Oh, yeah.
And
What
yeah,
happened?
he's staying really, really close and he doesn't really want to go outside.
Oh, isn't that interesting?
Yeah, it really is. I mean, it was
Yeah.
raining, but he's getting to be a wimp in his old age, I guess. But a few days ago, I kicked him outside for a while and he just keeps wanting to come back in.
Oh, wow. Yeah,
Now he won't
my
drop his little call.
my animal. Hi, Nicole. Welcome. My animals myself. First off, let me say that Lindsay, my best friend, contacted me because her cat was throwing up in the middle of the night.
Oh dear.
Yeah, and oh, that's okay. Nicole, oops, sorry about that. And she just said, can you just check on the health of my cat? I'm like, absolutely. So I checked on Bryce, and immediately I got a message that it was Ascension related. And so that's when I'm like, oh my gosh, let me tap more into this and let me see what comes up. And so, hi, Nicole, you're fine. You can talk, share whenever you like, or you can just watch. I'm going to go into share screen mode because what I did is I just love to put these things together. It just makes me so happy. I mean, we are in school, right? So if you look, um, our animal ascension update today, like I said, it was last minute. I was just going to record a video, but I decided I would just go ahead and come on live. So some of the symptoms that animals have been experiencing lately, and maybe you have felt this with your animals, are anxiety, lashing out. And what I want to say about that is I did a reading on a horse this week, and
Mhm.
it would go like from 0 to 100. And when I connected with it to communicate, it told me nobody is listening to me. Nobody's listening to me. And so it was physically lashing out. And, I was able to communicate with the owners, the best way to talk to their horse, the best way, to make it feel like it's heard, the best way to make the horse feel calm in that moment. But I've noticed that as well. Even when I'm on a walk with my dog is like calm and then will just like burst after something. And she doesn't usually do that. Like another little dog, she like just will burst after it. So it's kind of this feeling of like just upset and unrest. Um, so that's where it's like they're super independent and then they're clingy. And you were saying that too, right, Kim? Have you
Mhm.
noticed that? Yeah.
Mhm.
And Nicole, let us know. I mean, it's just us right now. You can just talk or whatever you're doing. Um, but they're either independent or they're really clingy. I've noticed that with my dog, and I've also noticed it with my cat as well. And also stomach issues. And I will say this as far as cats. So if you understand about cats, then cats they transmute energy. And so the new energy that's coming into the planet is really affecting cats because they're so intuitive. And so when I tuned into Lindsay's cat and the cat threw up, it was because that cat was transmuting so much energy in that moment that his physical vessel couldn't
Wow.
process it, and it caused him to throw up. And I'm like, okay, let me just make sure. And I said, I'm getting ascension symptoms when I'm reading on this, and I'm also getting that, it's just an energy sickness, and it's causing him the stomach issues. It's causing lethargy, and so just completely like wanting to fall asleep or wanting to nap more than normal. And this is very similar to what happens with us when, we are experiencing ascension symptoms. We can be like so tired and then just so much energy. Like it can go from 0 to 100. And so those are the symptoms I've noticed just in my physical like readings of animals that I've been doing this week. Does anybody have any symptoms that they want to add that you've noticed with your animals? Okay, cool. That's pretty much. So the most important part, what we can do for them. So I channeled the information on what they need the most and what we can do for them. And so I came up with a list on how we're going to be able to support our animals through this energy that's coming in. Water is a big priority. So if you're feeding your cat like dry food, then make sure that you're, maybe just soaking it with water this week. Make sure that their water is clean and full. And if they have a water fountain, make sure that that's good.
Yeah, he's
I
been really
also,
thirsty lately.
yeah, have you been as well?
Yeah, like I was thinking around the eclipse time, he was like very clingy. I have a corgi, so they're always clingy to some degree, but like more so than normal. And then as of late, he's just been like he's almost been more lethargic, which is odd for him. Like normally he's got like so much energy. He's only one. So he's been kind of a lot more lethargic and super thirsty.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I definitely notice it. And I mean, as humans, I did a channeling of Green Tara where she was explaining how important water is with this eclipse that came in with those
Hmm.
energies because it's carrying the light codes. The water is physically carrying the light codes. And so the more water that our animals can drink, the better it's going to be for them to be able to, assimilate all the energy that's going on. Sunlight, if they're able to be in the sunlight, that's really good. Just like the sun codes, the light codes coming in, and it's very grounding for animals, but it also depends on what kind of animal that you have. Like if you have a dog that has black fur, they're probably not going to want to lay out in the sun. It just depends on what they feel most comfortable with. Any type of grounding outdoors if you can, or get the exercise. So you just like the same thing that we like to do as humans is very important for our animals. So think about it. Like right now, they're having all this energy like balled up inside of them, like it's almost causing anxiety, especially cats because they're such transmuters of energy. That they have to be able to get that energy out of them in some way. And so if they don't lay in the sun, for instance, cats, if they aren't drinking enough water, then they will have stomach upsets. And so the interesting thing is, after I read Lindsay's cat, I went and checked on my cat, and lo and behold, he threw up too. Like, so
Wow.
yeah, and that's kind of like, okay, this is something that, I want to make sure that everybody knows. I'm not telling you don't go to your vet if your animal is sick. However, they are experiencing physical symptoms with this eclipse energy that's coming in. So it's also, my guides told me a peaceful environment is very important for them. So if you can kind of just regulate the stress in the area that they are at and help them to be calm, just like we need peace to ground, and that will help them get through these physical symptoms. A lot of us in this group are healers. So if you have a healing modality that you can utilize, then do that with your animals. Just prioritize that right now. Even if you're not a quote unquote healer, I promise you, you all are. Because of these hand chakras, and all you have to do is focus on love as you're just putting your hands on your animal. And it will send the love vibration through your hands to your animal, and that is going to really help them to transmute the energy that they're feeling as well. The next thing that they told me is singing or toning, and this is so weird, but since the eclipse I have just been wanting to sing. Have you guys felt that urge? I just like I'll be in the kitchen, I'll just want to sing. I just will want to sing. So singing or toning to your animals will help them. This is really big verbal reassurance. The verbal
Mhm.
reassurance you know, a lot of people think that their animals can't hear or understand them, and you would be surprised that they can hear and understand everything you're saying. And, you know, if you've had a pet, then you know that that's true. But some pet owners, unfortunately, they just aren't aware of that. But if you just tell your pet what's going on and they're okay and you love them and they're doing a great job and all those good things that you would tell your dog, is it because it's your child? You know what I mean? It's the same
Yep.
thing. Because they all are pulpit singing the 80s. Yes, if you sing the 80s, that's perfect. Any kind of singing is good. But yeah, and another thing about the verbal reassurance that will keep your pet calm is when you're leaving the house, if you have an indoor cat that or an indoor animal that's used to having you there with them, make sure that you're telling them where you're going and when you're coming home. Because this will really lower their anxiety when they're home and keep them peaceful. So if you just say, hey, I'm just running on some errands, I'll only be gone for 1 or 2 hours before your dinner time, then they can just relax. And the way that works through intuition, if you're not aware, is like when we're thinking about making a word, then we think about it first and then our mouth makes the word. And so your animals will actually read that thought. Like they will read it before you say it. And so that's how it works. It just kind of flows. I mean, even though it's a split second, that's how it works. So just really be verbal with your pets and really be loving with them. Patience right now, like I said, you know, our animals are throwing up or they might have accidents more because they're just feeling out of sorts and discombobulated. And so just have a little bit more patience and of course extra love. So that last one is just kind of obvious, but that's more of what I channeled that we could do would really help our pets and make sure that they're feeling a lot better during this time that's like kind of stressful. So, um, anybody have any questions or any other suggestions on what we can do to help our animals?
I agree. I
No.
think that's a big one when we're leaving because he's been extra anxious all over again too. And I'm like, I thought we got past this in your puppy stage, but yeah, I think that's a good call to be able to tell him that.
Oh yeah, definitely. And I noticed like even our dog, you know, she lives in the house with us, but anytime like someone's leaving, like she is at the door, like she wants to go with you. I mean, more than normal. So I've really noticed that with her as well. And like this horse that I read this week was just so out of her mind that she like injured her leg. Because she felt like she, you know, scraped her leg because she felt like nobody was listening to her, and you know, she just was so out of it with the energy. And so just the patience right now, just understand, I mean, it goes with even humans. Like personally me, this energy after the eclipse has been really nice. Like it's been light and it's felt good. However, there has been my days where I'm like, woo, really down and really heavy. Um, I will share that last night I was woken up in the middle of the night, and this is kind of an exciting message, and you know, I will look more into it, but last night I woke up in the middle of the night and I was told in my mind that the energy is here, the children are the first, the change has begun, it is done. So isn't that interesting? And you know, I'm not into astrology as much as I should have, but I know that April 20th was, you know, what is it? Uranus and Jupiter
Yes.
conjuncting.
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, I've been listening to that a
Huge.
little bit, but did you guys experience anything weird last night?
No.
No. No.
No.
Yeah. And so that was really interesting for me. That message I felt was really beautiful. Um, But what I want to do now is I would just want to, I knew that I wanted to just pull a couple cards just on the energy that is coming in with this new full moon and whatever happened last night. If you have your cards with you, I would love it if you would pull some, if you have some. If you don't, then we can just do a couple. Let's see. First, appropriately, I'm just going to ask Archangel Ariel, who stepped forward to be with us today, if she would just give us some direction on first our animals, just some direction on our animals with this energy. Okay, I got that one. I'm getting 2 cards. Okay, so right away I just got 2 cards. Overcome any obstacle. How cute is this? Rhino spirit, overcome any obstacle. So it looks like they're being very supported, and that's the message I'm getting from Archangel Ariel is our animals are being very supportive, but the more aware you can be as a pet owner, the more aware that you can be of what they're going through and support them through it, the easier it is for them. This is also coming in with a message from the Fae, and the Fae just want to remind us that everything that is alive on the planet right now is going through this ascension process, and they're showing me the plants and the trees and the flowers and the grass, and don't neglect your house plants, that they will actually need more water in this time as well, which is incredible.
Okay.
Yeah, I thank you for reminding us of that. Everything, yeah, the Fae really wanted to come in, jump in on that, and you can kind of see the the resemblance of how cute this little rhino spirit is. Okay, and the next card is, oh, flamingo spirit, embrace the in-between.
Ah, yes.
Isn't that perfect?
Yep.
Embrace the in-between. So go with the flow is what I'm getting with this. Just make sure that we are, not stopping, not resisting, not forcing ourselves to do things that we probably don't want to do. Really listen to your body, really listen to what you need physically, because you're going through a big transformation spiritually and energetically at this time. So those are great. Those are great. And I feel like that we just want one more card on this. For this one, we are gonna do for just next week's, or this full moon that is happening on Monday, which is next week. Wow, I'm just getting the word change in my head. Change. But it feels light. And allow change. Allow the change coming forward. Okay. And okay, I have 2 cards for here. Dust Devil, moving out of stagnation for this one. And so, okay, let's see what's the, so things need to be churned up, and they're just kind of showing me this dust devil inside of your body, and it's showing me like this can be as waves of anxiety inside of you that you're feeling. And that when that surfaces, just know that you're moving out of stagnation, and don't let the fear of it step forward. Just know that you're moving forward, you're moving out of stagnation, and you're moving towards those higher frequencies. Oh, that's really cool. Dust Devil, moving out of stagnation. And then, oh, covenant, sacred contract.
Hmm.
So the message with this is we all signed up for this. We all signed up for what
Right.
we're going through, and this is a sacred contract. And they're showing me, for some reason, like they don't want me to think that they don't want any of us to think that this is just like everyday normal life as we see it. This is more of a sacred contract. They're showing me a signature in gold writing is how we signed up for this to take place. And so that's exciting. And just feeling a lot of reassurance with that. So those are pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
Those are pretty good. We're gonna overcome it, really positive, overcome any obstacle, embrace the in-between, flamingo, sacred contract, and moving out of stagnation. So I feel like all of these are really great cards, just to give us hope and to know that everything's happening for a reason right now. Yeah.
Yeah, I got this take time to reflect.
Okay. Mirror
So she's
garden.
looking, yeah, she's looking at the cosmos, at the galaxies, and
Yes.
she has wings on. So the angels are all around us. Of course, as we know, helping us with this wonderful ascension that we're all going through.
Yeah.
And then I got this one, it's Broken Arrow. It says, embrace the energy of peace. Oh, come on.
Oh, but that's a
Why won't it
perfect-
show?
But I know it's a filter, it's fine. There we go. Oh, kind of. There we go. But embrace the energy of peace. That goes 100%.
Embrace the energy of peace
Yeah.
with the mandala.
Yeah. That's perfect. I
Right,
love
right,
it.
right. Yeah, it's like there for just a second and
I
then it goes
know.
away.
I'm really familiar with that deck. I have it. It's a good one.
Yeah. And then I got the knight, be brave and honest.
Okay.
And he's got the red rose behind him.
Okay.
Oh,
Perfect.
come on, show. Ah, there you go. But you can't see the red rose,
Yeah, that's okay.
but it's right there.
I can see the night perfectly.
And then I got the moon. Take note of intuitive messages.
Oh, you pulled some good ones, Kim.
Yeah.
Take note of
That's
intuitive messages. And so I really want to, you know what? I'm going to
what's
ask
up.
a little bit more about that message that I received in the middle of the night.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just going to have to ask this because I don't feel like that falls into any cards. Okay, who I have, okay. They're calling this the white rose order because I had two and I don't know what that, I don't remember what that is. That one of the initiations we went through? Okay, anyways, I have Mother Mary is stepping forward with Princess Diana. So it's that energy of, because I'm asking about the children and so they're stepping forward. Could you please, thank you for stepping forward. Could you please give us some information about the message that I received last night about it has begun and the children have already received it? Okay, she's showing me a beanstalk. You know, what is that fairy tale where the beanstalk grows?
Jack and the Beanstalk.
Jack and the Beanstalk, and the beanstalk is very tall, and the children are just scampering up it very easily. Oh. Yeah, that is, the children are like, they're ascending into the clouds through the beanstalk that Mother Earth has provided for them. They're showing me this imagery. Okay, and what is this going to bring about for our future? I'm just getting like unconditional love, prosperity, just like universal laughter, love, joy, peace. Okay, thank you. How long is this like in between? How long are we going to be dealing with this in between energy? So I'm getting the number 3 and I'm trying to see if that's 3 weeks or 3 months or 3 years. Let's see. Okay, so it's going to be pretty rough for about 3 weeks, or you know what I mean, like kind of up and down as we assimilate it. But it's not it's like the beanstalk, it's just going to keep growing, and so it's not necessarily going to just stop and everything is going to be perfect, because that means that, you know, we need to continue ascending and climbing the beanstalk. Can I just get a double check on that 3 weeks? You feel like it's going to be up and down? They're saying it's lulls. I I really am feeling like the middle of May, it's going to calm down. Like I'm seeing like a roller coaster. The end of April and into May is what they're telling me for this energy. And they're just saying enjoy the ride. Just enjoy the ride. Be very aware of what you're feeling and honor it. It's very important to honor the feelings that you have during this time. Don't force, my dear. Don't force yourself. Go with the flow. Understand that you have a divine purpose in this process. Spread the love. Share the love. Share your heart. Share your soul. Put your hand forward to share with those who are reaching out. Yes, and she's saying it could be just as easy as just like being aware of when you're in public, just to smile, just a soft smile, just really be aware of, you know, your interactions with other people and the energy that you are spreading. And that will bring forth, you know, the ascension faster. And, you know, I've found it so interesting. I haven't listened to a lot, but, you know, the world, it seems to be in quite a turmoil right now on the news. And even though I am a retired cop and a veteran, and I used to be, you know, deployed in the Middle East where all of this is going on, I just find that like I'm still able to be at peace in my heart where I am at, even though I know that this is happening across the world and I know that war is taking place. I have this really interesting like ability to almost detach from that energy, if that makes sense. That I don't like, I'm not wrapped up into that energy. I'm more able to be at peace within my own energy field, and that feels really good. And I'm not being deaf upon, you know, what is happening in the world, but at the same time I realize the importance of keeping my own vibration full of love and hope, in order to help us get through this ascension process. You know, another thing that I understand is like you can only don't worry about what you can't control. And that is definitely something that, you know, I've learned over years and years and years, with my job. You just really can't worry about what you can't control. And so that's a reason why I decided to call my like brand In the Moment, because in this moment right now, we are like channeling love energy together. We're sharing that. We are learning how to spread love with our animals and with each other. And that just feels so good. So in this moment, we can magnify our love. And as we get into groups, then we can magnify that out into the world. And she's saying that's how the world changes. She's saying don't complicate it too much. She's saying just don't be too hard on yourself. And like just breathe, take a deep breath, get fresh air if you can. All the things she's saying, all the things that you mentioned for your animals, make sure that you are doing for yourself and your family. She's bringing up your family and your spouse. And this is a good time just to reach out to a friend that you haven't talked to in a while, just to, you know, reach out and ask them how they're doing and share just anything in your life. Because like she's just showing me the joy that somebody has when somebody calls you and they don't need something from you. They're literally just calling you to see how you are, and the joy that that brings and how that spreads. And she's showing like cherry blossoms blowing in the wind as she's saying this, like it just spreads. It's so beautiful how she's saying that. Okay, that's great advice. That's great advice. Okay. All right, well, I'm going to make this impromptu kind of short and sweet, unless you have any questions I can help you with.
No.
Nope. Everybody doing good? So
Yeah,
far, so good.
Yeah, everything's great on the horizon. That's how we want to keep it.
Yeah.
And you know, and staying peaceful within your heart, and then that spreads out around you. When I was working, there was this gal that came up to me one day, And she said, Kim, I just want to tell you that you exude so much peace. And that made me feel so great, because that's really what I'd been working on, was to calm all of the situations, anything that was going on. You know what I mean? To just
Yeah.
make things peaceful. And she picked up on it. And it was just such a wonderful, wonderful validation.
And I think that I just can't help but feel that while you're explaining this, that
Hmm.
it's being magnified right
Yeah.
now.
Yeah.
And the more conscious that we are, because we're discussing this, like what can we do to help, the more it's magnified from inside of us to others.
Yeah.
So it's like it just grows and grows. That's so beautiful. I love that. I love those kind of compliments are the best when strangers can just walk up to you and either just tell you, you know, you look cute today, or anything like that. They don't know you, but even an energy compliment, that is like
Right.
the ultimate.
Yes. Yep.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Anything to
thank you
add?
for coming on and doing this.
Oh, you
Don't
bet.
miss our comments.
Okay, Polly says, I love the arrow card Kim pulled.
I know. I
Yes.
do too.
Yeah.
I love them. Mandalas. Love mandalas.
Yes. Okay, Nicole. OMG, I was staring at white roses yesterday while walking my pup. I feel like I'm
Oh,
learning from him how to be present. Isn't that amazing? Nicole? Yeah. That's that's the thing, is you can see it even in the animals, and it's not a coincidence. And so I mean, they're just so full of unconditional love. We owe it to them to try to be there for them as much as we
mhm.
possibly can. I have definitely noticed a difference in the birds as well. Have you noticed wild birds will tend to feel more comfortable in my presence? Like as I'm walking my dog, sometimes the robins, they won't even fly away from the tree. They'll literally just sit there and look at me. And so that is fairly recent.
Okay.
And birds will, you know, just come on our back railing of our porch, right where our kitchen is, and they'll just sit there all content, little doves. And it's like, okay, you know, there's some kind of peace happening right now. Like you can definitely feel
Yeah.
it. Yeah. So, well, I thank you all for joining. And if you have any questions on anything, just let me know. We can follow up. And if you missed this, we missed you too. We'll see you in the replay. And you guys have a great Saturday. Thanks for joining.
Thank you, Dee.
You're welcome. Bye.
Bye.